Hi everyone. Sorry that I haven't sent out a video for a little while. I've been a little bit occupied with some family things. My mother, we're helping her to move out of a 4 bedroom house into an assisted care facility. So I've been back and forth to Bakersfield, California from the Bay Area. For those of you not in California, it's a 4 hour drive each way, but I've probably been down there 4 or 5 times in the last couple weeks. So a little bit fewer videos that I've been able to post because of the travel time and all those things that go along with it. So sorry about that. I thought that I would send out a quick video to give you just a heads up on what's coming up over the next couple weeks, to say how much I appreciated all your hard work on your group projects and am enjoying reading them along the way. So yeah, here's what to expect in week 9 and 10. So we're already at Tuesday of week number 9, and this week you really have two things to do. The first thing is I would like you to interact with your other classmates over your group projects. So read each other's group projects. One is, in an asynchronous class like this, it's really difficult to do uh, case by case or question by question, go through each of them. And so this is one way to expose you to different ideas and different methodologies as we ask and try to answer how to form a Christian ethic about things like abortion, a Christian sexual ethic, politics, capital punishment, genetic reproduction and IVF, all those kinds of things. If I've missed any, I'm sorry. Oh, climate change as well. And so, yeah, it's a way to expose you to these different topics, to interact with them. I didn't expect you to answer all the questions, but it was an exercise in you have a limited amount of time and you're asked a particular question, and then how do you go about forming a Christian ethic if you haven't done so in the past with that limited time. So because in my experience, when I'm asked about these questions, whether they're in my personal life and I face them myself, or whether they're in public settings as a pastor or as an academic, rarely do you have 3 months to do research. Usually they come a little bit fast and furious, especially if you're a pastor and parishioners ask you about these particular questions. It's not like they say, "Can you get back to me in 4 months about it?" It's more like they're pressing in on these folks, and you want to give them a way to think about it and a way to move through these questions. So that's why the exercise is a week long and not more than that. Plus, let's be honest, nobody really likes group projects, but statistics show that they are very good pedagogically. That is, people get a lot out of the interaction over groups and those kinds of things. So, yeah, so I really appreciate how much you all worked at it. I've read everybody's so far before I posted them, and I will be reading them a little more carefully as we kind of move through the week together. But read each other's, comment on them, ask questions. You may or may not agree with the position that they take. Make sure that you ask questions or make comments with gentleness and respect and seeking understanding. All of those things that are important in a Christian ethic as you kind of interact with one another. So do that for this week. And then you'll get your grade for your group project based on the work that you did on the project and what you've turned in, and also your interactions with one another over the course of this week. The other thing for this week is there is a short article. I said 4 to 6 pages, but I think it's a little bit longer than that because of a little bit of funky formatting. So it's 10 to 14 pages, but it's Walter Wink's article on the passage on go the second mile, give your cloak, and turn the other cheek. And so I thought you might find this interesting article. And I'd like you to read that before the end of the week and then post a quick reflection on Friday. It won't take you too much time to read that for sure. So those are the two things that you should be doing this week. And then in preparation for next week. So next week, what I would like you to do is I would like you by Wednesday to post a thesis statement about what you are thinking about writing your final paper on the topic. And the idea behind this is, one, to get you thinking and get you started on your final paper. And then two is to be able to get some feedback or resources from me and or from your classmates about your topic. So you might find one of the topics that we covered interesting and want to explore deeper and do a research project on that. You might have a particular question that you're trying to ask in Christian ethics, and you can do research on that. Or one of the ones that we talked about in class, whether it's racial justice or other topics that we've covered. So I would like you to kind of give an abstract or a thesis statement for what you want to write your paper on, and then how you would support it, and then post that in the group discussion by next Wednesday, not tomorrow, but next Wednesday. And then that will give people a couple days to look at it, read it, kind of interact with one another, see who's writing on similar topics, and maybe you can collaborate on something or help one another out, those kinds of things. So as we prepare for the end of the quarter, this week is, again, reading and commenting on your group projects, and then reading the Walter Wink article and writing a short journal reflection. And then next week, by Wednesday, what I'd like you to do is post a thesis statement and kind of how you might argue for a particular question that you want to answer and do research on. And then by Friday, comment on one or two people, see who's doing similar topics or interesting topics that you might be interested in as well. I'm sorry about that. Earthquake. It wasn't an earthquake, really. I just accidentally hit the leg of my table. And then your final research paper is due on the Thursday of finals week. So that's kind of forecasting what's going to be happening over the next couple of weeks, so you can get a jump on things if you'd like to, or you can plan out your weeks and the rhythm that you are going to approach these things. So I've really appreciated class so far. We're winding down. It feels like we are just getting started when we are winding down, but hopefully we began to lay a foundation for how to go about doing a Christian ethic. This wasn't a class about answering all the questions, but it is trying to build an architecture for you to answer some of these, or to answer them yourself, some of these questions as you kind of move out into whatever vocational assignment that the Lord might have for you after your fuller degree is over, or as you're doing this part-time. So again, really appreciate the work that you put into that. And then if you have questions, please feel free to drop me a text or an email or give me a call. I'll probably have an office hour next week to answer any questions that you might have about the final paper / project, and just to connect if you'd like to connect. Okay? So yeah, have a great week. I look forward to your interactions on the group projects and your reflections on the Walter Wink article.